stay busy. You know what I mean? I've always got stuff happening. I can't have days where you're just sitting around doing nothing. You get what I mean?
Absolutely. You've been dropping content like crazy on your YouTube channel. Um, but I think the guest has arrived. Michael, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? Can y'all
Doing
hear?
great, man.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can
All
hear you
right,
good.
cool.
So
What's going on?
everybody in chat right now, just share this space on Twitter, IG, whatever. Say, yo, we got Michael Flores in here. So yeah, I'm going ahead and to get started with the interview. Michael wants to say thank you for taking time out to do this interview with us.
Yeah, glad to be here, guys. Glad to be here.
Um, we got my boy Fred in here. I don't know if you're familiar with Fred, but he's also he does like interviews on his YouTube channel. He's based in UK, so he does a lot of the UK, boxers. But like,
Oh, cool. What's up, Fred?
How you doing, Michael?
Good.
yeah, Fred's cool. Fred's a cool guy.
Cool,
So,
cool.
and of course, we're gonna talk about Craig Clash and everything that happened. But Michael, um, for people in the chat who may not be familiar with you, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, yo, what's up, guys? I'm Michael Kwik Flores. I am a professional boxer, three-time Golden Glove champion, and a professional boxing coach, trainer. Yeah, been training YouTubers, and it's been fun.
I know, man. So what got you? And then again, we're going right to the beginning. What made you or got you into boxing?
Yeah, well, I'm from Northeast Los Angeles, so we grew up fighting, So grew up fighting. I was always in a lot of fights as a kid. I got bullied. I got bullied for being I'm mostly from a Hispanic neighborhood, so kids would try to pick on me and stuff like that. But I enjoyed fighting, so at a young age, so I was always fighting. And then in high school, one of my boys was going to a wild card boxing gym in Hollywood, and he was telling me like, "Hey man, you're pretty good at fighting. You're scrappy. Like me and my brother have been going to the gym, going to wild card. We think you should come, And I was just like, okay, cool, yeah, why not? Like get my hand skills up, why not? So I just went to wild card, started training there with them, and then I fell in love with it. I just started training hard. And one thing about me is I was always trying to be the best at everything I do, whether it's like, I don't know, on the playground playing hopscotch, basketball, shit, you name it, man. I was always trying to be the best. I was always super competitive. I think I was, out the womb. I think out my mom's womb, I was born competitive. So, I was doing that. So I was at the gym, I was at Wild Card, and then I was training hard, and some of the coaches took notice of me. So they asked me if I wanted to fight. Um, and I said, yeah, and started training hard, started training with my coach, Troy Bodacious Bodine, started training with him. And yeah, I never thought I was going to get as good as I got, but it's just crazy, like just hard work, dedication, and just my coach, you know what I mean? I owe a lot of it to my coach. Just keeping me focused, teaching me the right way, teaching me the correct technique, like the right mind state. Yeah, and I started fighting from there. Um, Fought in the Golden Gloves, won the Golden Gloves a couple times. I was ranked number one in California. I got to represent Team California in the nationals. Won a lot of tournaments. Yeah, and then decided to turn pro a little while ago. So doing that, and then COVID happened, right? So then COVID happened, and I had fights lined up. I had fights lined up like during that COVID year. So then it gets canceled, and next thing you know, we're all on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? So then I was on the shelf for a while, got to do some traveling, got to do some fun stuff while I'm not boxing, because when you boxing, you just boxing. You know what I'm saying? So I got to eat, and then yeah, and that's how I got into boxing. And then yeah.
Okay, because so it sound like again, even as a childhood, just in your neighborhood, you just had to fight, and then
Yeah.
lucky just went into the right place at the right time, which was wild card, and then boom, just fell in love with it.
Yeah, man, and I really did. I was really fortunate because because I was involved in a real, I was like in a tagging crew back then, and I just, felt like I needed to be somewhere, or like I feel like I needed like a family at the time. So like I was getting in a lot of trouble before boxing. I was getting in a lot of trouble, just trying to fit in with the other kids, so I got like in a crew, was like tagging and stuff, was getting in a lot of fights. Yeah, was getting in a lot of trouble, and then it wasn't until like, everything just happened perfectly for me, kind of, because like it wasn't until I got in trouble, like in big trouble for the first time, where I was like, I was like in jail, I was at the station, and then like my dad picked me up, and that's when it all hit me, like, hey man, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like we didn't come, like my parents didn't immigrate here from the Philippines just to have their son fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking from there, like, man, what am I gonna do? Like I'm still in high school. Keep in mind, I'm still like in high school. So I was thinking like, okay, what am I gonna do? And then luckily my boy was boxing. So my boy Snacks, he was boxing at Wild Card, and he hit me up and was like, hey man, we know you're scrappy, we know you're tough. Like, hey man, do you want to come train? Like, why don't you box? So I was just like, it was the right timing, So I was all in, and I just went in, and again, like I said, I was always trying to be the best. I was always trying to be the best. So I got to wild card, and I was just, trying to like, I just trained hard and just was trying to show out, and my coach took notice of me and took me on, and the rest is history.
Okay, so definitely safe to say that boxing, saved your life.
Yeah, man, it really did. Like, yeah, it really did, because I have homies that didn't make it this far in life. I've had a lot of homies pass away from, gang violence, or just drugs, shit, or just like, or some of them are doing the same shit, or some of them are in jail or prison, you know what I'm saying? So boxing definitely saved my life, and I'm forever grateful to boxing, and I love this sport, So
Yeah, that's one thing that I love about combat sports, boxing and even MMA is people, the sports help people who's on the wrong path, have direction in life, and people who are just from poverty. Like, you ever heard the story of Manny Pacquiao and his
of
story,
course.
and then look what he's become. That's the one thing, like literally, rags to riches. You have to be rich. Like, hey, you fuck up in
Mhm.
life, this can set you straight. This can, you can avoid prison, you can avoid dying young.
Yeah, yeah, and I was actually fortunate and blessed to be able to train with Manny Pacquiao, We were at
Oh,
the
really?
same gym. Yeah, we were at the same gym. He was at Wild Card. So I got to see him like blow up, you know what I'm saying? I got to watch him train. Then I just see him like evolve and just like become like a huge global superstar, and I was there. I was there for until because I was at Wild Card, what, like '04. So I was there before he fought like De La Hoya, before he fought Haddon. So
Wow.
it was amazing, you know what I'm saying? Like I got to like watch him train like in person, just kind of just, after I'm done training, I got to like watch him and how hard he works. So I was able to see that and try to emulate that, you know what I'm saying? So I was fortunate.
Yeah, well, I said that like the Oscar de la Hoya fight took him to stardom. That was
Yeah.
again, he was a champion before then and all that, but
Hmm.
that one was superstar. That took him to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah, it really did.
Wow, that's crazy to be at a gym. And again, you're young in the game and you see a legit superstar, and you're like, man, I need to have a work ethic like that. I need to do this like that. It's good to see that.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And he wasn't the only world champion. That gym has like so many world champions, and like it was just great being around those guys and just learning from them, learning from the pros as a young amateur, and just like learning from them and seeing, just seeing what works with my style, and just like, just learning from them and just seeing how they approach things and approach situations, and like how, what it takes to become a professional, and what it means to be a professional. So I was blessed. I was blessed to be able to be around great guys and a great stable like that.
Gotcha. So again, we heard the beginning, we heard your story. So how from that to now, modern time, you're training YouTubers to box? How that happened?
Yeah, so it's a crazy story. It's actually pretty funny at first. So I got hit up by Brett Hundar. He had hit
Mm-hmm.
me up. He was telling me he was like a YouTuber and like, like he wanted to like fight in a charity boxing event or something. I thought it was a fucking prank. You know what I'm saying? I thought I thought it was a prank, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not too familiar with like YouTube and like all the YouTube boxing stuff. So I was just like, I
Yeah.
was thinking it was a prank. So I was just like, hold on, let me meet this dude, right? So
Mm-hmm.
schedule a meeting, we meet up, and then just talking to him, like get to know him, just and ask him, like, yo, why do you want to do this? Do you know what you have to do? Like, do you know what you're getting yourself into pretty much? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I gave him the game of like, how this is, this isn't just something you just do for fun, like you
Yeah.
don't just
It's
walk in,
real.
you don't just, it's real, like it's real. This is, you can seriously get hurt from this. And you know what I'm saying? It's not a game, you know what I mean? It's not a game where you can just like play it, you know what I'm saying? Like I always say, like you can play other sports, like you can play basketball, you can play football, you can play tennis. You can't play boxing, man. This is
No.
like some real this is some real shit. I've like seen some friends get hurt bad. So, what I mean, all the experiences I've had, like, just kind of putting them up on game, you know what I'm saying? So I let them know like, "Hey man, are you ready to put in the work? Because you're gonna have to put in a lot of work. We're gonna grind. If I'm gonna take you on, because I don't just take people on. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm
Yeah.
gonna take you on, I need to know that you're gonna be dedicated and you're gonna be disciplined and you're gonna be ready to go. And like we're gonna train hard. You know what I'm saying? So he was all in. And so I started training Brett Hundar first, right? So I'm training him.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going good, and then things are going good. Things are going good, and then I put like a video clip of him. I put like a video up on Instagram, and iDubbbz seen it. You know what I mean? Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
iDubbbz though. That's my guy. But yeah, iDubbbz seen it, and he was just like, "Yo, he's looking good. Like, do you have time to train like another YouTuber for the fight? Like, we got someone that's like looking for a trainer." And it turned out to be James. The odds 1 out.
Okay.
Yeah, so it turned out to be him. Met up with him because I like to meet them before I take them on because I don't just take people on to take people on. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to meet you. I need to know that you're ready to do like wolf shit. You know what I mean? We're gonna be doing hard shit. So
And also, and also, not to mean cut you off. That's important. That's what the fans don't understand. Like, yeah, you're a coach. You're taking time out of your day to help this person out. So you don't want
mhm.
to, coach somebody who's doing a half-ass, not take it seriously, because no,
Yeah.
because that person's wasting your time.
Yeah, and it's like the thing with that is, right, like this is a very serious sport and I love this sport and I don't want to see anybody like just go in and try to like half-ass it. You know what I'm saying? You don't half-ass
Yeah.
boxing because then you get fucked up. You get
Mm-hmm.
hurt in this sport and I don't want to take anybody. I will still never take anybody on that's not 100%, actually 120% in. You know what I'm saying? Like I need wolves on my squad. I'm not just gonna take somebody on that's gonna fucking like just half-ass the workout or you know what I'm saying? Because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, you're going into fight, and then you're going into fight, and then you're kind of represent. I take it personal because like I'm sending you into fight. You're like my guy, so of course I'm sending you into fight, and if you don't look good, that reflects on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like if you don't look like you trained or if you don't look like you were like in shape or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I take that very seriously and I want my guys and I will have my guys. Nothing changes in the best shape of their life, mentally focused, physically ready, spiritually ready and yeah, so that's what it is.
Okay. So you train Hundar, Oswald
and
now. Was
and
it? Was it?
and then Reeves, and then my guy Michael Reeves, and
Michael
then I had
Reeves.
my yeah, and then I had Michael Reeves picked him up right after odds 1 out. So James, I picked up Michael Reeves, and yeah, so I had those three. I had those three fighting and creator clash.
So how, and again, let's talk about a little bit at the beginning, and then of course we got to talk about each one of the fights. But
Yeah,
like,
for
talk
sure.
about how, because I was the same way, man. Like, YouTube boxing been around since early 2018, I think February or January 2018. It was KSI versus Joe Wetler, and
Right.
that still holds the record for the most watched live stream on YouTube. But they did it live on YouTube,
Wow.
and then later on that year, it was KSI versus Logan Paul. I didn't know about KSI
Yeah, I
versus
did
Logan.
see that.
I didn't know about that event until 2 days. So I'm like, I didn't know. I was like, what is this? Because if they might, tip out my page, Fight Lounge on
Mhm.
IG and Twitter. I follow kind of sports, UFC, box, whenever. But I was like, where's this? How come this isn't my radar? So for two
Yeah.
days, I got knowledgeable, and then boom, and I knew something back then, August 2018. There's something there, and to see how it has formed, from
Mm-hmm.
then to modern 2022, it's just amazing. But yeah,
Yeah.
but for me, it was just a culture shock because I was like, wow, who are these? Because they're big celebrities. All these YouTubers are big celebrities. So
Yeah. Yeah.
from you from boxing, like you're not familiar with Hundar, Reeves, was out, but you feel like they're famous, they're celebrities. So how was
Mm-hmm.
that? At the beginning?
Um, it was cool. I didn't really know too much about him. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know too much about him, and I'm not like, too familiar with. I wasn't too familiar with the YouTube scene and like, that stuff. But I trained them. I trained them like real fighters, and that was it. And then like and I started getting more into YouTube because I told them like, let me see your guys' stuff. Like, let me see your stuff. You know what I mean? Because we're with each other like every day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm building like a bond with these dudes, and these dudes are my guys. So, they're showing me their stuff, and I was just like, damn, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like this is real shit. Like, this is dope stuff. And oh, and another thing with that is here's what did help a lot in training. Because outside of boxing, these dudes are already pretty successful, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't have to. I they knew how to work already. You know what I'm saying? Like they knew how to grind and set some time off and make sure that they go hard, and they knew how to work. So I didn't have to. That was great. That was great from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They knew how to work. They were just ready to. They were eager to learn, and they just wanted to get better. All of them. And like they knew how to work. That's something I didn't have to. Like because with some fighters you kind of have to push them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of push them. Of course, I pushed them, but they already knew how to work, so that was great.
That's definitely one thing I've learned, with following the YouTubers is that the big names is the big names had no choice but to have good work ethic, working every
Mhm.
day, all day. And again, like yeah, back then, making content, whatever. I know now it's physical getting punched in the face, but they still have that mindset that I have to work every single day. And versus some
Yeah.
athletes, kind of like you kind of have to push them. Like hey,
Mhm.
make sure you're here at 6 a.m. These guys, majority of the time, they're at 6 a.m. editing videos or planning out the day or
Mhm.
planning out the week.
Yeah.
So there are, so that's one thing I know. It's like I know the only one I think Deji he gets a bad rap, quote unquote being lazy, but like
Mhm.
if you take him aside, no other YouTube officers I've seen have been called lazy. Because again, even if you're a TikToker, if you're a streamer, if you're whatever, you had to put in that time. You had to put in work to get
Mhm.
to where you're at.
Yeah. 100%. They knew how to work already, and that was, that's what I, you know what I mean. Like that's all I could ask for. You know what I'm saying? Like know how to work, show up, and like be ready to work. Bring your lunch pail. You know what I mean? Like, cause we're about to do some wolf shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna do like some hard training. We're gonna go through it. Like, I'm gonna train you guys like real fighters. You know what I'm saying? Cause you guys are going to a fight. So, you know what I mean? You guys are gonna be real fighters. You know what I'm saying? Of course there's levels to it, but you know what I'm saying? Anybody that gets in the ring, anybody that has a training camp and is getting ready for a fight and laces up the gloves, you're a fighter, and that's respect in my book. And a lot of people, and I can speak on a lot of people too. So, you know what I'm saying? And not everybody could do it. So, props to anybody that steps in the ring.
Absolutely. And again, again, I've never fought. But I've heard like the fight day is fun, but the training camp is hell. Like that's what really makes or break
Yeah,
people.
yeah. Training camp is hard, man. Training camp is hard because you go through so much shit, so much adversity. You know what I mean? Like I even told the guys, like like I take pride in doing like the mental game too, you know what I'm saying? Because like just being a coach, it's not just about the physical game and like teaching them like the technique and stuff, right? That's a big part of it, but another big part of it is the mental game and getting your guys mentally strong and mentally focused and seeing what works, seeing what like pumps them up, seeing what works for them, and then you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, and then we will speak a little bit about Craig Clash. What was your first impression? You was told like, hey, this is a charity event. It's all going towards good cause. a car full of YouTubers. What's your first
hmm
initial thoughts about it?
I thought it was a prank. I thought I thought I thought it was a prank at first. Like when Brett was telling me, I was just like, "Yo, like okay." So then I start training him. I start, okay, I guess this is real, right? So start training him. I don't even know what the event's gonna be like, but I know it's gonna be a fight. So I train everybody the same. Like I'm getting you ready for a fight. You know what I mean? Like we're getting ready for war. We're getting ready for war, and that's all it is, right? And as the fight started getting closer, a shout out to iDubbbz and Anissa because wow, they put on a great event. But
Absolutely.
even before that, they were coming. They were like going around the country, like coming like to LA, coming to wherever, like coming to the fighters' camps to make sure that they were doing good, to make sure that they were doing well. You know what I'm saying? They were checking up on everybody. Making sure everybody's like training hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you don't want to put on like an event and like, people like half-ass it because then it would be a disservice to the sport. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why I train my guys so hard because, it would be a disservice to the sport if like they go in there and they're fucking playing patty cake and like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
no, like you go in there, this is a fight. Like with my guys, we're going in there and we're trying to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? But we're being cerebral about it.
I mean, and for people listening, like, Idols and his wife, they care about every single fight, not just the main event or co-main event, even the
Yeah.
very first fight, and all the people
Even the
involved.
very yeah, everybody involved, you know what I'm saying? Like they came in and just like they did a great job. Like iDubbbz and Anissa, shout out to them because they iDubbbz even fought in the event and he was having to do like all the extra stuff like outside
I
of
know.
you know what I'm saying, like during training camp and I was telling him like, wow man, that's some that's a lot of stuff on your plate, but he was able to do it and you know what I mean? And he was able to fight and he put on a great fucking fight. So props to him.
Yeah, yeah. Like I could imagine. How many fights was it total? Was it eight? Let's just say eight. So that's
Something like that.
16. Yeah, so that's 16 responsibilities. So 16 fighters. You don't have to worry about them. And then as he has said in the past, people pulled out, fights got
Mhm.
canceled. So you got to worry about that. You got to make sure the venue's paid for. Got to do this. Got to do
Mhm.
sponsors.
Mhm.
And on top of all that, he still has to train.
Yeah, exactly.
And insane. Okay, so your first thoughts, Craig Clash, all this can't be real, whatever. But when the day of the fight, when you was there and you saw all the fights, did it event exceed your expectation?
I was blown away. I was blown away. That shit was crazy, man. It's these guys' first fight and they sold out an arena that's never been sold out before. Like for like 10,000 people.
10K, yep.
The energy, yo, the energy in that arena, the electricity in that arena it was fucking crazy, man. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. And I've been to world championship fights before, you know what I mean? I've been to like championship fights. I've been to a lot of boxing events, you know what I'm saying? Like the energy in that arena was crazy. It was wild.
Yeah, I just had something with Craig Clash. Again, so back in 2018, after learning about Case versus Logan Paul, a couple weeks later, I created Fight Lounge. I said, "There's something here." So, of course, talk about UFC boxing, but YouTube boxing gonna be my bread and butter. So I've
Mhm.
seen just about every single YouTube boxing event, just about every single one. But this one, the day of, which is ridiculous. Like I think Matt Watson was the first fighter. From the
Yeah.
first fight all the way
Mhm.
to the end, the crowd was on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the word for it, man. It was crazy. I'm telling you the energy was amazing. It was great to be a part of and it was just great like just seeing everything unfold and that shit was wow, that shit was dope. I was blown away by it. I was blown away by it.
Yeah, same here. Like even from, because there've been past events where like, okay, the first fight, nobody cared, whatever. No, from the opening bell, even when people, fucking up the national anthem, people still
Yeah,
into it.
that shit
Like
was
it was crazy.
crazy. That was crazy. That national anthem, that must have been the most lit national anthem I've ever been to.
Man, cause
Honestly.
they had restarted shit like 3 times.
They restarted that motherfucker like 3 times. Yeah, what's his name? Airsoft Patty
Yeah,
kept yeah, he like fucked up like the first two times, but like nobody was like discouraged by it.
Yeah,
Everybody was still having a great time. So then like I think the third time comes around, and then I think everybody just took over. Boom. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like let's
yeah,
take over. Boom. And it was lit, man. It was lit. That
yeah.
whole event, was amazing, and I'm just like proud. I'm so proud of everybody that was involved in it, everybody that fought in it, all the coaches, everybody. Yeah, it was amazing. They should be super proud of themselves because that event was amazing.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about some of the fighters on that event. First one, Oswin out. First off, congratulations to him. He just got signed a big deal with Netflix. He's gonna have his own show later on this year.
Yeah, yeah, that's my guy.
That's
That's my
that,
guy.
that's that's insane. When I saw it, I was like, that's dope. So imagine like he's training all this, and he got the Netflix
Mhm.
deal in the back of his mind.
Mhm. Yep.
He could easily not take the train serious because he knows I'm getting a bag soon.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
exactly.
so like when I saw that, I was like, that's insane. Like, again, I don't know his how much it is, but like for him to train, do this and this, knowing that
Mhm.
like, I'm good in this
Yeah.
couple months,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
That dude is he got a lot of heart too, cuz people don't know this. I don't know how many people know this, but that dude he was fighting, I did a thing. He was supposed to
hmm
fight somebody else, and then the other person pulled out. You know what I'm saying? I think they were having a hard time getting somebody for I did a thing. And then James is the guy odds 1out was supposed to fight pulled out. So
hmm
James, odds 1out was down to fight I did a thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
and he took that fight. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I did a thing. That dude is an athlete, man. That guy, like the way his build, I was a little worried about his build just because he's like long and lanky. So we were like,
yeah,
we were training extra hard, and we were just, game plan. We were game planning for that, So yeah, and I'm still proud of, even though we didn't get the result we wanted, I'm still so proud of James odds 1out. Super proud of him. You know what I mean? He went in there, he did his thing. A lot of people wouldn't even fight this Australian dude. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like props to him. He went in there and he went in there, laced up the gloves, tried his best, and the dude has the dude was courageous for that, and like that's some wolf shit. You know what I mean? Not everybody could do that. So.
absolutely, absolutely, man. Like that was a good fight. I also want to see them both fight, but I did a thing. And this is something that you can tell being in the gym. When it really clicks with somebody. I did a thing when I saw him. I said, "Yo, this dude got it."
Yeah,
Like
them.
yo,
I remember seeing him at the weigh-in. I remember seeing him at the weigh-in, and I was just like, damn, he looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never
hmm
judge a book by its cover, but you can look at somebody and tell they're pretty athletic. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So like, I looked at him and I was just like, damn, he's taller than my guy. He was heavier than my guy, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was just more athletic than my guy. So like, it was kind of like I knew it was gonna be an uphill battle. You know what I'm saying? But James went in there. He did his thing. He did the best he could. If he survived the first round, I feel like our game plan would have started kind of coming into play a little bit. So, but it's all good, man. It worked out the way it worked out, and it's all good. I'm so proud of him.
absolutely, man. 'Cause like you said, like that's one thing with sports. There's gonna be winners, gotta be losers. That's just
Mhm.
how it is. And the best thing about Curry Clash was the sportsmanship. Even after that,
Mhm. Yeah.
they embrace each other, they lift each other up. Like that was a really
Yeah.
dope
Yeah.
moment.
It was really dope.
One thing about that, do you think it should have been stopped sooner? Because like I did think was telling the referee like, "Yo, stop the fight," and the ref wasn't. Or do you think like you wanted your guy to keep fighting to have a chance?
Well, I mean, I don't know. The ref, I just with situations like that, I just leave it up to the ref and trust the ref
Okay.
to be doing his job. You know what I'm saying? Like if the ref
hmm
called it, if the ref because he got caught with a good shot and then he wasn't responding like how we went over it in we went over it in training camp. Like you have to be able to take a shot and try to recover as soon as you can. You can't look like you're 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Because situations like that will happen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like whether the ref stopped it too soon, whether he stopped it too late, you know what I'm saying? Like you always got to be ready. Like if you get caught with a good shot, you got to recover as soon as you can because sometimes the ref might jump in there. So you know I was
Yeah,
I was
cause
okay with I was okay with the stoppage.
okay. All right, 'cause I know
Yeah,
for
I was
coaches, I know for coaches, they're always gonna look up for fighters, but they always want to give the fighter a chance. You know.
right, right, right. Yeah, I mean, like seeing it live, of course I want my guy to keep, to keep going, but
Yeah.
it's the ref's call. So, you know what I mean? Like I trust the ref on that situation. So it was, he got hit with the hard right hand and he didn't recover the way I want him to recover. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's the ref's job.
I mean, that's the one thing about, what I liked about, YouTube boxing, influencer boxing is an unknown because a lot of these guys, not Craig Crash, but a lot of the others, they talk so big, they do this. And then when they get in the ring and the bell rings and they get punched, that's when shit gets real. And that's when like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, all they really prepared. So like, shout out to him because he has heart. He kept fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so is he gonna fight again?
Well, we'll see. We'll see because I'm still training him. You know what I'm saying? Like we're
Okay.
still getting better. I'm still training him. So I think the dude has heart because I remember him saying like someone asked him like, "Hey, are you gonna fight again?" And his words were, "Yeah, I want to. I want to show everybody what I'm made out of." So that's just the type of heart he has. That's the type of character he has, and that's my guy. And if that's what he wants to do, I support him 100% because I know we could get a win. I know we could get a dub. Like what I'm saying, we were just kind of outmatched. I feel like,
Yeah.
I feel he was a little outmatched, but it's all right. We don't cry over spilt milk. We just get better, so we're just going to get better. We're going to learn from that. We're going to get better. And, yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing for everybody involved. Even a guy who lost a dad, like Matt Watson, in
Mm-hmm.
14 seconds, whatever. I still want to see him fight as well because again,
Yeah.
you've been, three-time going world champion. Was
Mm-hmm.
like for your first ever fight. You're nervous, this and this. Imagine having your first ever fight in front of
In front
screaming
of
thousands.
exactly in front of all those people screaming. It's being recorded. You know what I'm saying? It's a pay-per-view
Yeah,
event. There's so many people.
yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't start feeling comfortable like maybe like after like my 10th fight, after my 10th
Wow.
amateur fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going in there and I just have the mindset of, yo, I'm gonna fuck this dude up. I'm just gonna throw punches. I'm gonna try to get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't even really like. Of course, there was a game plan, but you don't start feeling comfortable until until you've done it a couple of times, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
props to these guys because they stepped up on a huge stage for their first fight. It was unreal.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I definitely want to see, odds 1 out. And imagine if like his next fight he flicks, like not promoting it, but like wish him good luck. That'd be so
Hmm.
huge.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Okay,
That would
well
be
let's
dope.
let's switch over to a guy who impressed me, and that's Michael Reeves.
Oh, my man, that's my guy right there too.
Man, he and again, every time there's a YouTube boxing event, there's people on the undercard, and unfortunately, something like who. Me, I'm
Hmm.
not familiar with them, but I want to know. Like, I didn't know who KSI Logan, Deji, Jake was. I'm like, let me do my research to figure out who they are. So Reeves, I didn't know, but I did my research. Okay, I saw about him. I want to see his fight. If
Yeah,
people didn't know who Michael Reeves was then, they definitely know now, man. Like he impressed the hell out of me.
yeah, yeah. Me too, me too. Because he went in there with the game plan. He to a par. The game plan. He just did the game plan like perfectly. That was the exact game plan we were trying to do. But even before that, so even like when I took him on, he was picking stuff up quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was learning quick. I got him into sparring pretty quick, and I was sparring with him too. So I was sparring with him. I remember the first time I sparred him, I was like, oh shit. Like after the first round, I was like, damn. I was like, damn, this kid's not bad. I was like, this kid's got some spunk. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So let me turn it up a little bit more. Let me turn it up a little bit more. So then, I started sparring him. I started working him a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Start taking it to him because that's what he needs. So
Yeah.
I pushed him to his limits. I sparred with him I sparred with him maybe like 5 times until I had him spar with somebody else. So
Hmm.
I wanted to make sure he was like ready to go, and he was ready to go, and we had great sparring the whole camp. I had him spar with this kid. He's the number one kid in the country. He just won the nationals. My friend's son, Jaden Morales. It's my son. It's my friend's son, Carlos Morales.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know Carlos Morales, that's my guy. Great fighter. He fought Ryan Garcia as well. I thought
Okay.
I thought he beat him, but the judges went the other way. One judge had it a draw, and then the other two judges had it the other way. I was there for that fight, so it was a great fight. He gave Ryan the toughest fight of his life, until
Yeah.
this day. So he did really well. Yeah, so I had Michael Reeves spar with his son, and his son's like I think like 14, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's the number one kid in the country. He's the number one kid in the country, so that's great sparring. Like he kind of he schooled Reeves, but that's what we needed. You know what I'm saying? Because when you sparring with dudes that are better than you, that's how you get better. You don't get better by just sparring like by beating up on dudes that are lesser than you. You know what I'm saying? You don't really learn much. I mean, maybe it might get your confidence up, but it's better to have somebody that's gonna push you and like push you to that limit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to push yourself over the edge in training. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah,
What's better to do some wolf shit than be thrown by the wolves?
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And exactly, that's what it is, man. And he did great, and it was like a great sparring session. Like Reeves did great too. You know what I'm saying? So he hella impressed me because he went with that game plan, and our game plan was to work our jab, go up and down. And the first round, we were just kind of analyzing him the first round just to see what he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like just to see what he was gonna do. We weren't coming out the first round to try to rush him or try to KO him right away. We wanted to kind of work our jab, work up and down, see what's opening up, see how he's trying to attack us, and just the first round was analyzing. And then once we analyzed him the first round, I was like, okay, get him out of here. He's ready to go. Barbecue chicken. I was like, barbecue chicken. Let's go. Let's cook him up. So Reeves cooked him up.
Yeah, get the easy work, man. So you was in his corner, correct?
Yes, sir. For all of them, for all my fighters.
It's explain to people when he won. Like, again, I watched it on the TV screen, but from TV screen, dog, it was going crazy. Imagine the reaction he got once the ref raised it off.
It was, yo, that shit was crazy. Though it's like the place erupted like a fucking volcano in Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? That shit was wild. Like it just and the love people have for Michael Reeves is crazy. I mean, the love they have for all the YouTubers is crazy. But I remember
Yeah.
Reeves, yo, like people were just like losing their minds like when they're like meeting him and just like the dude gets like recognized almost everywhere we go. Like when I take him on a run or wherever we're at, like he usually gets like he always gets recognized actually, I should say. So yeah, he has like mad love from the fans. Yeah, that arena was jumping after he won, you know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to run in the ring and just pick his ass up and like, you know what I'm saying? But I was just like, all right, that's cool. Hell yeah, let him have his shine. Like I'm just so proud. I like was just thinking like, man, like I looked at my cut man and I was like, let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying? I was like pumped. I was like pumped. So yeah.
Yeah, he impressed everybody, man. Because again, I was just seeing who somebody on Twitter, and everybody was going nuts about him. Unfortunately, I think he said he won't be boxing again. But man, I wish
Yeah.
he would.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this, man. He's the best 120 pounder in the YouTube boxing or like, TikTok or
Yep.
whatever, social media.
Hmm.
He's the best 120 pounder. If he wanted to continue, he would be the best 120 pounder. And I'm confident that we can take out anybody at 120 in his weight class or whatever weight class he's in, 120. Yeah, the kid's got some skills, man. The kid's got some skills. It's crazy.
Maybe he needs that one fight to get him to get him out there. Maybe that's it. Because again, like you see, and I saw how he moved, man. Like I was like, yeah, that just his movement alone,
Hmm.
I was like,
Yeah, we worked
yo,
on that a lot.
yeah. I was looking
Hmm.
out, and I think even Sensei was like, yo, look at he's moving. Like out of everybody on
Yeah,
the card, he just moved different. They were just
yeah,
smooth, I was like, holy
yep,
shit!
yeah, man.
It was just impressive.
Yeah, and that's all it's all the stuff we worked on, all the stuff we worked on, and he's like a natural at it, so he was able to shine. So yeah, it's just great to like, you know what I'm saying? It's just great to hear. It's great to hear, and then like seeing it is of course it's great to see it, but just like even like the aftermath of it, where just people were just like amazed at how well he did. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I knew. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew he
Yeah.
was gonna show out. You know, so yeah,
Okay, and it's talking about the last fight, man. Hundar. You know,
yeah, my
he
guy. That's my guy as well.
yeah, because he got you on Twitter.
Huh, what was that?
As I said, didn't he get you on Twitter?
What do
Make
you
you
mean he got me on Twitter?
like
Oh, he
like
met me
like
on IG. He met me on
okay,
IG.
that's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
I didn't even have a Twitter yet until my guys were like, "Yo, you got to get a Twitter." And then yeah, Hundar was just like, "Yo, you got to get a Twitter, coach." And I was just like, "All right." So then I made one like shortly after I was training them, just to be like more up on like social media stuff. So it's been fun. It's been fun.
Yeah, like he impressed me as well, man. He has the best game face. His entrance
Yeah,
to the ring, everybody
yeah,
was like, "Oh, with that beard." I think Wacom, the God of War, like Hunter looks the
yeah.
part, man. He looks
Kratos,
the part.
Kratos. Yeah, dude, that dude is a fucking juggernaut.
And see,
That dude is.
I was gonna say
Well,
I had him on the Twitter space before. Nice guy, soft
super nice guy.
spoken. Yeah,
Super nice
but
guy. Yeah.
but for me, when it's time to turn on, he knows when to turn on that switch.
Yep. Yep. He does, you know what I'm saying? And it was great to watch cuz you know it's a crazy story cuz I knew AB's trainer, you know.
Hmm.
AB's trainer Lucky Boy. Like I know Lucky Boy. We trained at Wildcard together, you know. That dude was a really good fighter, real great fighter and I knew he was going to have AB ready to go. So I already knew like he was going to have AB ready to go, so I was like telling Brett, I was telling Hundar like often. I was telling him like all the time, like, hey man, this guy's gonna be ready to go. I know his trainer, I know his coach. He's gonna have him ready to go. So we need to stay focused. We need to keep grinding. We can't slack off. We need to put in that sweat equity. We need to grind. We need to train hard. They're coming to fight. They're coming to fight, and and they fucking came to fight. I knew the fight was gonna.
Yeah,
I that's how I thought the fight was gonna go. Honestly, I knew it was gonna go like back and forth, and I knew it was just like it was gonna be like a war of attrition. Like I knew it. I knew that fight was gonna go like that too, and that was what an entertaining fight, right? Back and forth. That shit was
Oh,
crazy.
and YouTube boxing fights. This is my favorite. They
Oh, for
have,
real? Oh, wow.
oh yeah, they have
Yeah, that's dope.
the they right now YouTube box. They have the best round, and that's when Hundar drops AB, and then AB turns around and
Mm-hmm.
drops Hundar. Speak about that. Speak of how
Yo,
like
yo, that was some move. That was some movie shit, bro. That shit was some movie shit. So check this out, right? I
hmm
remember it so vividly. I can close my eyes and I can remember it so vividly. Okay, so Brett drops AB, right?
yeah.
Boom, drops him. And I'm fucking pumped. I'm just like, yo. I was like, hey, Brett, he's ready to go. Let's go, Hundar. He's ready to go. Double jab, right hand. Feed him. Double jab, right hand. He's barbecue chicken. He's ready to go. Get him out of there, right? So I'm
hmm
telling him, I'm saying, get him out of there. And the next thing you know, fucking AB comes out of nowhere and drops Brett. And I'm just
Clean.
like, oh, yeah. And I'm just like, oh, shit. I'm just like, I was like, holy fuck. Cause like 5 seconds ago, I was just like, get him out of there. He's ready to go. And
Yeah.
then fucking AB drops my guy, drops Brett, and I'm just like, oh shit, back to the jab. I was like, move your head, back to the jab, back to the jab, move your head, like move around, like clear your head. So yeah, and then like from there, I remember that, and then like the rest of the shit was kind of a blur. You know what I'm saying? A blur. And then I remember like he made it through the round, and then like he comes back, right? He comes back, and it's
hmm
about to be the last round because that was the fourth round that happened, right?
I think so.
So yeah, so it was the fourth round that happened. He comes back, bell rings, ding ding ding, comes back for the last round. We're in the break. So I'm talking to him and I'm just like, he's just like, holy shit. He's like, sorry, coach, what did I get hit with? And I was like, you got hit with the right hand because your left hand was down when you were throwing a right hand. Okay, that's why you got hit. Keep your fucking left hand up. We'll be fine, right?
Hmm.
And then he was just like, okay, and he's just like, how's the fight? How's the fight? And I was just like, yo, Brett, the fight's very close. I was like, yo, you got 2 minutes for the rest of your fucking life. You got 2 minutes for the rest of your life. How do you want to be remembered? We put in the work. Let's go. Let's turn the gas. Let's press on the gas. Let's get him out of there. The dude's tired as shit. Let's get him out of here. We put in the work. Let's get him out of here, man. You got 2 minutes for the rest of your life. How do you want to be remembered? Right? And then After that, the dude was a fucking juggernaut. That last round, he was just like, he was just like, he was just like going, he was just going forward and starting to go to his body and just broke him down. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I knew it was close. I knew he just needed to get that little extra push. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And that's the job of a coach. That's why you gotta have a job. Excuse me. You gotta have a good coach who's knowledgeable. There's only a coach who can talk to the fighter, and that's what you do. You
right.
gotta talk to him, inspire him, hype him up. Because again, at round five, they're tired. You know,
They're both tired.
yeah, like again, this is the first one ever fighting, and they doing all this, so they exhausted. But you got, you like you said, put your guy up for at least 2 more minutes, and then it's all about who wants it more, and Hunter just won a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Yeah. And that's really what it went down to because they were both very tired, right?
Yeah,
And I just told my guy, like, yo, man, he's more tired than you. We worked hard as fuck. I was like, yo, you can do this shit. Trust me. Do you trust me? And, Brett was just like, hell yeah, coach. And I was just like, you got 2 minutes for the rest of your life. How do you want to be remembered? Go out there and get it. Seize the moment. This is your time. Go get it. You know what I'm saying? And he went out there and he got it, man. And I was just like, that's some wolf shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
let's fucking go. Like, let's fucking go.
Cause I was watching it, and after Hundar dropped AB, okay, it's then good. Then when AB drops Hundar, faces and say, "Oh, we got to fight, boys. We got to fight."
Yeah,
And I was
yeah,
like,
hell yeah.
"Yo,
That's what I. Yeah, man, that shit was crazy. That shit was That's it. That was some movie shit, man. That was crazy.
yeah, and yeah." Like again, that's one of my favorite fights, and there was a lot of fights on Curry Clash. The Minx, the female one, the female
Oh
opponent's
yeah.
fight. That fight was crazy. The crowd reaction for that one. The second fight wasn't Alex Ernest.
Oh yeah, and Ryan McGee.
Yeah, that fight
That
was
shit was
insane,
crazy.
man.
What a slobber knocker. That's what we
Yeah,
call. That's what we call a slobber knocker, baby. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy, man. They look like two. They just look like two like country white boys in there throwing haymakers. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know much. I don't know much about these dudes. So to me, they were
yeah,
just like they look like country white boys to me, like getting down. And I was just like, yo, like these dudes are fucking throwing down. Like holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Getting down dirty, man. And again, so
Yeah.
like again, hopefully, I think Hunter said he will fight again. He has a look, man. He definitely could cook. And again, thanks to YouTube boxing, man, it has benefited so many people. It, like took him to the
Mhm.
next level. Like I don't
Yeah.
know if you heard, but like KSI versus Al Wasabi.
Yeah. I
This time, oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like that should be really good because I know Alex Wasabi's trainer Brian Valoria.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know him. I know he's gonna they're gonna have a great game plan, and I know he's gonna have him ready to go.
And the thing about it is, like this time last year, I was talking like he quit YouTube. He's done, I think he's done for like 10 plus years. So one break,
Wow,
and then 1 year later, now he's about to get the bag. He's about to main event a pay per view on the Zone, and that's what,
wow,
and that's
that's
what,
dope.
yeah. And so that's what like I love is like, yes, these guys are famous, whatever, but like they done it for so many years. They want a new challenge, and do make a
Mhm.
change the person's life. So but that's dope that Alex Wasabi's trainer. Have you been to gym with Alex or anything? Seen anything from him?
I actually met him. I met him at Brick House. I met him at Brick House, and it was shortly after the Creator Clash. So I have one of my best friends is Julian Chua, and he's a trainer right there. Really great trainer. So he's a trainer at Brick House. So I go over there just to chill and kick it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's where I met Alex Wasabi, and we were chopping it up. Real cool dude. I was telling him like I trained people for Creator Clash, and we were talking about like who I trained, and he was just like, "Yo," he's like, "Yo, Michael Reeves look fucking good," and I was just like, "Yo, thanks, man." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was a lot of work. We put in a lot of work, and the kid's a natural, and yeah. So I got to meet him. He's a cool dude, and I know his trainer too, because I used to spar with his trainer pretty often actually. I was in like two of his camps, so
Okay.
I learned a lot from Brian. So real great dude, real great fighter. I'm sure he's gonna be a great coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I think he just started coaching. He retired, then started coaching, and I know he's gonna. I know all the knowledge that dude knows. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna do great with Alex Wasabi. So
Said to say Alex is in good hands.
Yeah, he's in very good hands. He's in great hands. So yeah.
Did you see Alex's fight against Deji? His win against Deji?
I didn't see that. No, no, I gotta check it out though. But I wasn't able to watch it just yet. But I'm gonna check it out though.
Okay, it's insane. A fan literally runs into the ring.
Oh, I seen. You know what? I seen
Yes.
the clip. Hundar showed me the clip where the dude gets fucking Brock Lesnar out of the ring,
Yep.
where he got like,
Yep.
yeah, that's the one, right? Where the dude got
Yep.
picked up and like slammed out of the ring. Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yeah, that dude deserved it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that dude deserved it, man. You don't fucking go into like a fucking fight and like, you know what I'm saying? Like that dude deserved
Yeah.
it.
Like into like that whole event, Showstar. It was just from the very beginning to because that was the main event. So from beginning, middle, and end, it was just bullshit. And so again, it put a bad taste in my mouth and everybody's mouth
Mm-hmm.
because we support YouTube boxing, influence
Yeah.
boxing, and it was just like you said, it was just a statement. It was headbutts.
Uh,
People. Somebody had like a battle rapper who was being racist to one opponents. It was a
oh
bad
man.
that. But see, that's why Craig class was so important. Like
Yeah.
I just literally saw that and said, "We're not doing that. We're not,
Yeah.
you know, doing this, whatever." And so, and to his credit, like, yeah, 10K tickets sold, 100,000 plus pay per view sold. So like,
Mm-hmm.
not only was that a good event, it needed it because that was right
Yeah.
after Showstar, and we call it Shitstar, or
Yeah,
shit
yeah, yeah.
show.
That's
Like
funny.
it was just bad. So like, not only did Craig Clash was this a great event? It helped the image because for a while it was just Showstar, and then now thanks for Curry Clash, people kind of forgot about it, except for people who was like Temper, Al Sabi, they fall on that card, so they can kind
Mm-hmm.
of move on. But yeah, like it was just crazy. That's how important Curry Clash was. Like it was like just embarrassing. I mean, some fights were entertaining, but it was just embarrassing overall.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah, and that's yeah. No, go ahead, keep going.
oh no, so I was gonna say that's why, because like Curry Clash, man, it was no controversy, no
Mm-hmm.
BS.
Yeah.
The fans was having fun, commentators were having
Yeah.
fun, the fighters were having fun, and the viewers, we was having fun as well. Like it was just
That's
great.
awesome. That's awesome, man, because it's at the end of the day, it's for y'all too, you know what I mean? Like we want to put on like a great show. And yeah, and props to like Idas and Anissa for like putting on a great event, and they were just like in it, you know what I'm saying? Because even before the fights, like I said, they were going to people's training camps, like flying
Yeah,
out and like making sure everybody's like on par with like, yo, are you training hard? Make sure you're training hard. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't want to be part of an event where people aren't training hard and like, you know, you know what I mean? Because it's like a
yeah,
disservice to the sport. Like I love this sport. I love this sport. I don't want to see people play with it. You know what I mean? Like try to just like go in and like make a mockery and like be, again, I don't want them to be fucking playing patty cake and slapping each other. Like, we're going in there to fight, and you know what I mean. People, people put in, people pay with their hard earned money to watch you
yep,
fight. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
People are paying to watch you fight. So do your due diligence, train hard, train like a fighter because you're going in and you're fighting. You know what I mean? Like be ready for war because that's what you should expect every time you fight, and that's why you train. That's why you train. That's why we train so hard, man. Like we train to fight an army, so one guy can never bring us down. So it's like that.
absolutely, man. Like, um, what one thing? Have you seen any KSI fights? His fight against Logan.
Yeah, I saw his fight with Logan Paul, the second one.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay. So, and that's the last time we've seen KSI fight against Logan. What's your prediction? August 27th at the O2 Arena in London. KSI versus Al Sabi. What's your prediction?
Oh man, that's a good one. Of course, I'm gonna side with my guy Brian's fighter. I'm gonna be rooting for them. I think they're gonna have a great game plan if they can neutralize KSI's like brawling pressure, because
Hmm.
KSI fights one way, right? He's gonna come at you. He's gonna come at you and try to brawl with you and like throw his overhands and try to kind of pressure you and just like he's gonna try to outdog you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's probably gonna be his game plan, and I feel like Brian and Alex Wasabi, I feel like they're gonna come up with a great game plan to neutralize that, and then outbox him. So I'm gonna go with Alex Wasabi and my boy Brian Valoria to get that dub. You know what I mean? Like if they can neutralize KSI's pressure and him just like going forward and not getting caught up in like a brawl. You know what I'm saying? Like if Alex Wasabi uses his jab, goes up and down, steps, uses his footwork and just boxes him. If he boxes him, I think I think he would. I think he beats him. But if he gets caught up in a brawl with KSI and he fights KSI's fight where he's just standing in front of him and banging, that's KSI should take that. But I'm confident that Brian's gonna come up with a great game plan and have him ready to go. So I feel like Alex Wasabi's gonna outbox him. So that's my prediction.
Gotcha. It's gonna be interesting, man. Like, again, it's just now getting started. Like literally, I think it was announced this week, if I'm not mistaken, this weekend. So we got loads of promotion, press conference, and stuff like that. So it just,
Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
yeah, absolutely, man. Okay, we'll talk about Craig Clash and how it's everybody's expectations. I think one of the people behind Craig Clash, he said, I think Craig Clash 2 is going to be in spring 2023, and they said it's going
Yep.
to be like in a 20-seat arena. So think about this, as successful Craig Clash 1 was,
Yeah.
Craig Clash 2 is going to be even bigger and better.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm already training I already got guys that I'm training for that event. So we're already working.
Okay, so it's confirmed behind the scenes that, yo, there's another one. It's gonna be on this date, this location. So that has been confirmed.
Oh, well, oh man, I don't even know if I could say that. I don't even know if I could say that, but I hope I could. I hope I could have told you guys that. But yeah, there's gonna be a Creator Clash too. Hopefully, you know, hopefully I could say that. So I don't want to like spoil anything for anybody, but
I tried to get out of you. I tried.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think so, maybe. I don't know, but yeah,
well, that's good. Like I said, this is gonna be bigger, better. It's gonna be a 20-seat arena, and all that. So it's gonna be bigger, man. What's something that, again, Core Clash 1 classic, gonna be legendary. But what do you want to see on number 2? How you can improve the show?
um, That's a good question. How we can exceed even Creator Clash 1?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man, I don't even know. I guess to be honest, I don't even know how to answer that question because it's gonna be big. Because it's gonna be like you said, it's gonna be like They said it's gonna be a 20,000
Yeah.
seat place. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. So the energy is gonna be even crazier. You know what I'm saying? And then people have more time to train. So I guess just the people having more like people maybe having more technique or what I'm saying, like being a little more fundamentally sound. I don't even really know what to expect on the second one either. So like if it's anything like the first one, y'all are in for a treat. And I think it is. I think it might I think it's gonna be crazier actually, because people you know what I mean? Like people already saw the first one. People that the people that were involved in the first one know what they could do better. You know what I'm saying? Not just the fighters, maybe like the event people or whatever, or even the matchups or whatever, so yeah.
That's one thing I'll give to Craig Clash, because some, like, like Show Star, even Social Gloves, they did have fire on their own train like for 4 weeks, and it showed. Everyone on Craig Clash, it showed they trained for at least 4 months.
Yeah.
And it showed. Now, again, when people hear this, like, who do pro boxing, that's nothing. Yeah, it's not nothing,
Mhm.
but compare, we're great on Curve, like people who was on, Social Glove
Yeah.
1, Show Star, like, yeah, some of them probably did 4 or 5 weeks, whatever. For everybody on this one, you can tell they fully committed, because, like you said, idols and then they was checking in to make sure that, they was doing their thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, real talk. Yeah, and it was like that, and everybody was training hard, because regardless of, because I didn't even know anything about any of the YouTube stuff. So
Hmm.
regardless of that, I knew I was gonna have my guys ready to go. Right, I'm training my guys, getting ready for war. So regardless of whatever happens, we're gonna be ready for war. But it was just so great that me and iDubbbz and Anissa, like everybody was on the same page about like how serious it's gonna be, and you don't want it to, you don't want to do a disservice to the sport, and people half-ass train and people don't really put the time in, and you know what I'm saying. You got to put in the
Yeah,
work. You know what I'm saying. You got to put in the work. There's no other way. Like there's no
gotcha.
other way, and that goes out to everybody, like all the YouTubers that are trying to fight, TikTokers, whatever. Like, yo, y'all need to take it very seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take it very seriously because it's a fight, and you can get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? The other dude's gonna be trying to fuck you up. So remember that when you're training, you need to be 100% all in when you're training. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay, and Michael, thank you for taking the time out to do this interview. I really appreciate it, man. One thing, you said you were a pro boxer, man. When can we expect you to step back in the ring?
Yeah, yeah. I gotta see. I gotta talk to my team about that. Because I'm thinking because I'm making, you know, it's more sustainable for me right now. Like I'm making more money than I was when I was fighting. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And it's just more sustainable for me. Like I don't know if I want to deal with all the weight cutting and like the injuries. You know what I'm saying? Like injuries and just all that. So I got to talk to my team about it and then see what we're gonna do from there. Because I got my daughter. I got my daughter, and I'm just trying to give her the best life possible. And I'm making more money training these YouTubers, and I'm having fun with it, and it's just been a great journey. So yeah.
Gotcha,
So
man.
I gotta talk. Yeah, I gotta talk to my team about that. So yeah.
Because I was gonna say, doing this, like, I don't even know who Vidal Riley is, but he trained KSI, he trained Gib, he trained J Mix. He was a trainer, and then I think he wanted to do the Olympics, but then COVID happened.
Wow.
But
Oh
but
wow.
but thankfully he was training KSI and Gib, so he was able to go into the Mayweather gym and press people, and he was signed to Mayweather Promotion. I think for like a year. He was
Oh
signed to
wow. That's
them.
cool.
And then now he's signed to Sky Sports and all that. But I said all
Oh,
that
that's
because like
dope.
him being around all these YouTubers, him thanks to Case like rose his profile. So with you right
Mhm.
now, when you train these, these guys, it's nothing but raising your profile. That's why
Yeah.
they when they told you to have an IG and Twitter, it's nothing gonna be positive. Like more and more people gonna know who you are. So like
Mhm.
again, let's say right now you're training. Let's say after a year or whatever, your profile raised. You can probably pick and choose and refuse who you want to fight.
Yeah. Yeah. I got. Yeah. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I didn't know that about that. What's his name?
Vidal Rally.
Vidal. Right. Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. It's just something I got to talk to about with my team and stuff like that. Because training. I got like a full stack schedule. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
training like getting these YouTubers ready. To fight, and we're training. I got like 3, 4 dudes that I'm training like 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be real stacked. But yeah, that might be in the cards for me in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put
stay
put
tuned.
put this. Vidal is in London, and in case I was going to the Mayweather gym. And this was right before KSI versus Logan got signed. And Vidal financially just couldn't go. And KSI said, "Oh, just come with me." And he went there. He Vidal asked to spar Badu Jack, and he was like, "No." I think at that time Badu was champion. He was like, "No, fight this dude." And they pressed
Mhm.
him, and then boom. But wasn't for KSI, they were never able to go to the States, never able to go in that gym and challenge and
Right.
that's have eyeballs on them.
Oh
So
yeah, that's dope.
yeah, and so that's the thing. Like
That's real cool.
again, we somebody else Wasabi, it changing, improving his life. Boom, it changed Vidal's. He would never had this much eyeballs on him at this early at a stage,
Right.
of his career. So same thing with you, man. You have more eyeballs on yourself. You're raising your brand because of these guys. So it's only positive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, that's real interesting. That's something to consider. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Once again, man, I'm gonna try to get my boy Pablo in here. He was in the stands at Curry Clash. I'm gonna see if he wants.
Oh,
If
yeah. Oh, he knows then. He knows how crazy the electricity. I can't I
Pablo,
can't I can't say it enough.
Yo,
yo, speak. You was actually in the crowd, man. Speak about how the crowd was going after Michael Reeves got a dub.
it was insane because, like, honestly, them coming out, I don't think anybody was really expecting it to be that type of fight or to get one of them to come out with that type of performance. And I think the crowd had the loudest pop was for Michael Reeves because, bro, it was crazy, man. And then they started doing the twist his dick thing. That was the most intense.
Yeah,
That was
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was
twist
like,
his dick,
where is that from? I was like,
crazy.
I was like, where is that from? Like, I don't even know, because I heard it. I'm in the corner, and then I start hear twist his dick,
Yeah,
twist it, and
bro,
I'm just like, what the fuck? That wasn't in the game plan. I was like,
yeah.
what's going?
We didn't plan for this.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Yeah. From an old MMA event. Like some guy was in the crowd and the guy started recording him. He's just yelling, "Twist his dick, give him the old."
Oh, Oh,
twist.
is that where it's from? I was
Yeah, it's
wondering
like
what the.
an old MMA meme. But yeah,
Okay, okay, cool. That's good to know because I was wondering about that. Like, I was just like, what the. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, what is that? Some YouTuber shit? Like,
that during the Minx fight and Haley fight. I was like,
oh,
damn,
it was.
pull that off.
Damn, I didn't get to watch. I didn't get to watch that one because I was getting Brett ready. I was getting Brett ready to. I was warming up Brett, so like it was on the TV, but we were like in the loading dock area, the loading room or whatever, the on deck room. I was just warming them up, so I didn't get to watch that fight fully.
Yeah, no, man. But the whole event was just awesome. I've been to a few boxing events, like regular boxing events and YouTube boxing events. I was at the Logan and Mayweather one. I was at
Yeah.
Tyrone 2. And honestly, Crater Clash was my favorite one thus far. I've been telling people, I tell
That's
people,
awesome.
and AB was my favorite fight. And not everybody agrees, but it was an amazing fight. And especially
That
It's
being,
one
fight
of my
was
favorites.
crazy.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
one of my
and,
favorites.
yeah, and being
Yeah.
in there, feeling that energy with the crowd, and like everybody
Yeah.
that we were watching something serious. Like this wasn't like
Yeah.
a typical YouTube boxing fight.
Right. Yeah. No, that's yep. You couldn't have said it better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Pablo, talk about how like the crowd when Hundar drops AB and then AB jumps Hundar. Like talk about that.
That again, like I knew in that instance that we were watching something special because like I couldn't remember at that time a round being that crazy. You know what I mean? And I still don't think a round in YouTube boxing has been as crazy as that one. And everyone was just because there was a girl right next to me. I'm not gonna lie, she was screaming her head off for AB the
Yeah.
whole time. I personally was going for Hundar because I didn't really know AB, and so like the crowd was like split completely in half. Everybody was just happy to be watching a great fight. How it was gonna end, and then obviously Hundar came out like a juggernaut. but
Yeah.
but yeah, man, that was incredibly intense, and it was just so fun to be in that crowd to watch too.
Yeah, yeah, I was honored to be part of that too. I was honored to be part of that fight. So it
Yeah,
was fucking amazing. It was great, man. It was great. I was fucking I was fucking on edge, bro. That last round, like that fourth round, the last round, I remember the commission kept telling me like, "Hey, you got to sit down. You got to sit down." And I was like, "Yo, that's my fighter in there. I'm
and
gonna
this
tell
is
him what I need." Yeah, I was like, "I'm gonna tell him what I need to tell him." Like,
and
you know
this
what I'm
is
saying?
real right now. This ain't no.
This shit is real because they're telling me like, hey, you gotta stay on your seat, you gotta stay in your seat, and I was like, yo,
Nah,
chill the
man.
fuck out. I was like, yo, let me do my thing. I'm not gonna jump in the ring. I'm just gonna stand up because this shit I can't fucking sit down. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I was too
right.
into it, man. I was like I was like yelling. I was like,
Yeah,
I
that's
was
how the
trying to push him
crowd
over the edge.
was. That's how the crowd
Yeah,
was. So I could just imagine you being his coach and how you were feeling all the time. You, like you said, you guys put in, and that was the moment. You know what I mean? And you let him know. You had to let him know
I had to let him know, man, because I knew the fight was that close. I
for
knew
sure.
the fight was I knew the fight was that close, and I knew he just needed to press on the gas. He just needed to press on the gas and get him out of there because we didn't want it. I didn't want it going to the judges.
Right, right. Yeah,
Because you never know. You never
Yeah,
know how the judges are gonna have it. Scored. So
yeah.
that's
Most
that's that's one thing. That's one thing about my guys. Like everybody that I train, we're gonna try to take you out. You know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to finish you. Like, and that's what people want to see.
that's a
People want to
definitely.
see
fair
not.
way to fight.
Yeah, people want to see knockouts. People want to see knockouts. People want to see entertaining fights, and
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we're not just gonna lay back and like fight for points. We're going in there. We're gonna try to fuck you up, and we're gonna try to get you out of there.
hell yeah.
And kind of like I said, you won
For
your money worth, and I got my money worth off a great clash because it was some stoppage, because it was some great entertaining fights.
right.
Yeah, really was.
It had more entertainment than a lot of events I've been to, man. I'm not even
Yeah.
capping, like for real.
No, I feel you. I feel you 100%.
Yeah, yeah. And I ended up missing the very first fight, the Dad Watson. I was being a part of some YouTuber's video outside, so I for the first fight, but I thought I would
Right.
make it, but it turns out he was done in
Eh,
like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anybody that went to the refrigerator or went to go take a piss missed the first fight, dude, because that shit was fucking fast, man. And then y'all want to hear a funny story?
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
What's it called? So that fight happened, right? So we're in the blue corner. So Matt Watson was in the locker room with us, right? So you have like all the blue corner fighters. We're all in the locker room, so we're all kind of cheering each other on, type thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So then that fight happens, and I'm just like, holy shit, that dude got starched. You know what I mean? So I look over and I'm telling my fighters like, okay, guys, this is why we did this. This is why we do this. This is why we do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then like we hear Dad like running through the fucking the hallway and just like screaming, him and his team, right? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just thinking like, oh shit, I wonder how Matt Watson's gonna be, right? So like here comes Matt Watson walking into the locker room, and he just goes, fuck, what? I don't know. He just goes, I set the tone, guys. I set the fucking tone. Let's go. And I just started, dude. I just started dying. I was like dying laughing, dude. Like I was just like, wow. At least he's in good spirits. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he just walks in. He's like, I set the tone, guys. Let's see who can beat my record. You know what I mean? So I was just like, oh man, that shit got me fucking laughing, dude. Because
that must have been so intense for the fighters too. Like the first fight, right off the bat, somebody gets done in 20 seconds, 25 seconds, and like all of y'all have to follow that up now, and none of you guys
yeah,
must have been crazy
yeah.
that too.
Exactly. That's why I looked back and I told my fighters, "This shit is real. This is what we train
Yep.
for. This is why we train so hard. So be prepared. We're prepared. So be ready."
100%. And props to you, bro. You were obviously a great coach, man, and I can't wait to see who you end up bringing back for another event and all that. And
Oh, thanks,
seeing
man.
you.
Yeah, we're working on it already. We're working on it. I don't know if I can say names just yet, but we're working on it, and you guys will see.
Hell yeah, can't wait to see it.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Michael, I want to say thank you for stopping by. I had a great chat with you. I'm sure the fans get a great chat. Before you go, man, shout out your socials, your Twitter and IG where people can follow you.
Oh yeah, man. Follow me. So my Instagram is Michael_Kwik, spelled KWIK_Flores. And then my Twitter is Kwik, KWIK_Flores.
Yep, I just followed you yesterday on Twitter and
Awesome.
on Insta.
Hell
Yep.
yeah. Sick. Thank you for the follow.
No problem,
Hey,
bro.
Michael,
And
whenever.
also
Oh,
thank
go
you for
ahead.
those. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, thank you for those kind words. Yeah, thank you for
Appreciate you.
that.
No, for real, it's no problem. And like I said, I appreciate like your mentality and the hard work that you're putting in. And like you said, I hope we can see you back in the ring, man, because you seem pretty nice with it too. So hopefully you
Oh,
can
thank you,
a good
man. Yeah, thank you.
it worth it so that you can make it back.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, appreciate that.
Wrong.
Well, yeah. So, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up with Michael. Anytime I have this tour space, you want to join, you're more than welcome. Doors always open.
Awesome, man. Yeah, happy to be part of this. Happy to be here, and yeah, thanks for having me on the show. It was fun.
No problem, man. So, guys, I will be doing another tour space next week. I don't have a guest confirmed right now, but I actually want. I put in universe. I want Vidal Riley. I would love to see Vidal Riley on here since the KSI fight been announced. Gibbon fighting Osman Broom.
Right.
An old rival, Hakeem Rockman Jr., who was caught up Vidal previously. He might be fighting Jake Paul. Hopefully, this time next week, we'll know who Jake Paul's fighting.
Hopefully
So,
tomorrow. Hopefully
So,
yeah.
it's for sure Tommy Fury's not fighting him anymore. It's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jake said apparently by tomorrow he'll let us know because that's all the time he's given Tommy. So we'll see.
Oh, okay. Damn, I was looking forward to that fight.
I was too, man.
Me too, man. I went to the Tampa one thinking that that's who I was going to see fight. And then Tyrone had to end up replacing, but it was still crazy. It was still a great time. But yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does suck.
That's that's boxing, man. One person steps down, one person got to step up.
Most definitely.
Yep. The show must continue. The
Yeah.
show must go
Facts.
on.
Big facts. But all right, man. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you, Michael, stopping by. Thank you for the fans listening. This will be posted up on my YouTube. So if some people only heard like the beginning or the end of it, don't worry. I'm gonna post the whole thing on YouTube. So yeah, I'm gonna see you guys next week, and peace out.
Cool, man. Nice meeting y'all. Nice talking to y'all. I'll catch y'all later, man. Peace.
Likewise, Mike. Take care.
Peace out.
Peace.